So I was thinking about something, and of course, I want to talk about it. Um, Earlier, when I was talking about sexuality, I know I've talked about this a lot, especially in earlier ones. Um, but so the way see it, my perspective, is, that we should be embracing our sexuality. Like, I know people who, have decided to give up on, like, I don't know if they've even ever had an orgasm, but to give into your body's desires is anti God to a lot of people. And I feel like something's dark there again. It's probably just a shadow of my face. um Anyways, the you know I'm super tired, sorry. And I don't just say, like, I'm tired, listen to your body. I'll lay down and take a nap. I'll probably do that after this. But I wanted to say this before I did. Okay, so, anyways, so for sexuality, then to me, then that is about embracing these parts of your body. And the thing is I feel like, they started going after younger people. There was such a huge change from, don't do it to do it, everybody have free love and stuff like that. And then there was, all these people who were saying, hey, that's the downfall of our society. It's the ruin of our moral fiber. You can't just do that. There'll be repercussions. We don't want to, start having children, having sex. And then, because there's a huge repercussion to sex, having kids. And, look at all the complications that's created as a collective, what we've gone through by, I think probably most kids had their first experience because of peer pressure. It wasn't because that they just had this deep desire to go explore their body like that. It was just, their friends. Nobody wanted to go into depravity alone. They had to have company. Nobody knew what was going to happen. But, it has continued to deteriorate our society, our moral fiber. And, just how in the world should children who haven't even grown up and become adults, haven't even got to know themselves, but we're having them raise the next generation? Like, we didn't take anything serious. It was just like, oh, whatever, willy-nilly, let's see what happens. So now we have to begin to take things more serious. Oh my gosh, I tried to get her to come in. She's out there having a big fit. Hold on. Did I not say to come in a minute ago? Why you wait until I shut the door and then start crying? Go. Why you can't just come when I said? Okay. Anyways, so now we have seen what happens to, people when they start having families before they should be. One thing that I've thought about a lot is because, sexuality has been a huge part of my life. Like I said, my dad was a pedophile, so I began experiencing things, before, way too young to have to, think about stuff like that. And I won't go in details. You know, I told you before, I'm somebody who will fight. I'm not a very compliant person. But that still doesn't stop the traumatic thing that happens to you as a child. And so, anyways, to me now, after, you know, going through all these different phases of my life and these different experiences, then, she's just on the prowl right next to my thing. Just going and going. So then, just really throws me to keep track of what I'm thinking about. Okay, so anyways, let's see, back to what I was talking about. So, you know, as I was healing and I stopped, you know, having sex with anybody else. And, you know, I wouldn't call myself celibate because I would call myself asexual through this period of time. Because I also feel like that is a pinnacle part to getting to know yourself, is getting to know yourself sexually. And exploring your own self, exploring your own body and stuff. And that's what I'm saying, is so many kids go in to start, you know, having these adult experiences before they've even got to, you know, it hasn't gone naturally to me. It's been kind of a manipulated thing. And, you know, and it's caused a lot of problems in our society. And, so to me, I feel like that it is important to, you know, get to know your own body and to, you know, prepare yourself emotionally for having, what to me seems to make more sense is if you spend time being asexual and you add another person. It seems like, well, wouldn't that be called bisexual then? Two people? So, yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, the way they've got the words and our language and stuff is all so manipulated. But anyways, to me, it seems like that is going from asexual to learn about your own body and what feels good to your own body. Then, and to not feel shame about it. And then to go into having sex with someone else, which to me seems to be like, would be bisexual, because you've included another person in the experience. But to me, it is a lot more of a, like we don't give it enough respect for what really happened, you know? And, you know, most people who have been having empty sexual encounters and this has not completed their life knows what I'm talking about. It is just, you know, oftentimes you just come out of it feeling empty. Oh my gosh. She's so dramatic. So it's not fulfilling in the least. And a lot of people feel so much shame about different aspects, feel shame to, you know, say what pleases them. And we shouldn't even be having sex until we're ready to do that, until we're ready to talk about, like, you know, our vagina or a penis or whatever, you know, to talk about it as an adult. That seems like when you're more ready to explore that side of yourself. To me, it seems like it is more of a private thing as you're growing up. And I think that it's just pushed too soon. And I think that we've seen what it happens to, you know, a society if that happens. And so now coming out of this, you know, weird status that we've been in, to me, it makes the most sense to really focus on your own growth. You know, like I've said, I think the education system is going to be changing. It's not going to be this structured institute, you know, park your kids and, you know, go slave away so that you can come home and barely have time to have dinner together. So we're moving out of that. And I think as families and stuff, we need to really make it a place that is like a safe place for people to really grow up. Or we need to have places, like this house where I'm at has been so great to be able to have time to myself, to really get to know myself, to connect to the other side. And, like now when I go to, have join in with someone, bisexual or whatever, to have sex with another person, I'm going to take it a lot more serious. I'm not going to just share my sexuality with anybody, I'm not going to just jump in bed. I mean, now I see it as being like a really sacred gift, that when you go into this like merge with another soul, you can really go into a spiritual place with that. I mean, it's what creates human life. So I think that we just really need to learn how to explore our own. And, I think there's going to be a moving away from this depravity that's been surrounding us for so long, because when we really go inside of ourselves, we're not looking for weird, pervy stuff to excite us. We're looking for love. We're looking for connection. We're looking to feel like there's somebody else out there besides us in this world, And I think that that's where we're going to head more to, is that really, I think of it as really two souls merging. It is so much more than what they have led us to believe. And so many people got so turned off by sex because it leaves you feeling so dirty, just doing it with whoever and whatever closet you can find. Doesn't make you fulfilled in the least. But, we had to learn that as apparently a collective. But you can really see what I'm saying when you look at how things have played out. But now we get to see it in a new way because everything's being exposed. So we really get to look at, what happens when kids start having sex prematurely. To me, prematurely would be before you're ready to be a parent. If you're not ready to be a parent, it's probably a good idea to stick to, vibrators or, there's all sorts of stuff that people can use to what is that called? To satisfy themselves. But that is kind of like, you get to figure that out for yourself. And anyways, I just think it's a lot more mature way for us to take it on. Is just don't do it until you're ready to be a parent. And in that time, explore your own self. There's other things you can do with people too. Like if you have a partner, you don't have to, like as a kid, you can have a lot of fun doing other things. I think I remember talking about this a long time ago about there's adults who still have fond memories of dry humping someone on the couch when they were 15, You can make those fun experiences memorable, that you'll always remember them. And you can make, your time that you decide to give your sexuality over and share it with someone else, you can make that a lot more of a sacred encounter. And another thing I just want to add in, and maybe I said it at the beginning of this, I'm not sure, I'm that tired, but that it is kind of just sad to me that there's been so many women like at this point of our evolution that thought to capture their femininity was to just throw it away and just embrace the masculine side. And, and to market that as the new feminine, that is not what, our femininity should be a balance to the masculinity. And most women like a masculine guy. They like somebody, it's like our innate kind of instinct, our intuition, just like the other creatures of the planet. We are drawn to the one that seems they can protect us. That's just, that's just an animal kind of instinct. And so, yeah, and the men are most attracted to the ones that seem that they would be able to, flock their seed or whatever, you know. That's just our natural way of being. And so this whole manipulation of like, yeah, it's real progressive women to stop being women and just become men and then bitch about men. I mean, and then turn them into what it's like, oh, I don't know. I say, I'm sorry if you're confused about your own gender. I completely identify with that. I went through that as a young person. It's very difficult, but there's a lot of manipulation feeding these feelings, and there's an agenda, and so the more that you can just really go in and try and embrace whatever body you're born into, just embrace it and love it, and like I said before, if you are born different or unique in some way, go out with pride. Be proud of that. Don't hide it away. Don't hide yourself away, Just embrace yourself. And that draws so many people to you. The more you love yourself, the more you'll find out. People will just love you. And, Stella showed me that the other day. The poor lady, she just wanted to love her. And Stella just was like, I don't understand her. And I know it's because that woman, didn't understand herself. So anyways, the more that we can just really get to know ourselves, I come up with different ways and different ideas, things come into my head. And, it's just figuring out, like, they've marketed what's good and what's bad to us, but they told us. That doesn't mean that's how we feel about it. That's just their agenda. So you got to find what's good and bad for you. But there's still God's law, I'm talking about just you as a person, like how you want to spend your day and time. We still have restrictions as a soul if we want to, abide by the universal law of God. And then, you don't kill, and there's a lot of rules, you're not supposed to do. So, I don't know. I think the rules they push just have to do with having moral fiber and, keeping your society as morally upstanding, because that is how we can flourish. Otherwise, you just go down like Sodom and Gomorrah. And luckily, the people who were creating it are going down. Not all of us, but we get to move forward. And I just think, everybody just needs to just really start loving themselves, all sides of themselves. And, the more you love yourself and embrace yourself and get to know yourself, the better we can all move forward with each other. So, okay, just had to get that out there. Have a great day. I think I'm going to go take a nap. Bye.